Hey y'all, I just got the kayak unloaded down here, getting ready to hop in, and me and you, we're gonna see if we can catch us some fish today. And I'm gonna start just fishing right here at the launch, right here in this backwater creek. It's dirt shallow right here past this dock, and of course it gets deeper as you make your way out in the creek, but I'm gonna see if there's some fish up in the shallow. So we're gonna take an ultralight rod, gonna start with some worms, maybe work in some artificial baits too. We'll see how it goes and just catch whatever we can get, and hopefully a bunch of fish today, because I'm in the mood to catch a bunch. So let's get in the kayak here. Let me put my purse here, my camera bag in. We're gonna hop in and go and get started today, man. I'm gonna fish for, I don't know, 2 hours or so maybe. I've got some stuff to do this afternoon, but we're gonna try to catch a bunch of fish in the meantime. Let's pop our pedals in. I've got a squeak right now. Y'all may hear this today as we pedal along. It's gonna be obnoxious, but we'll try to deal with it best we can. I've WD-40'd this thing to everywhere on it, and I can't figure out where that squeak is coming from. But with us working around back through here right now, it's not gonna be something we hear a lot of, because we're not gonna be pedaling a whole lot. So anyway, here's some worms, just regular old live red worms from the Walmart. We're going to take and put one of these on. And I've got my trusty ultralight rod that I have had for years. Many of you have seen me use it in these ultralight videos. If you're new to my channel though, I'll kind of discuss the gear here as we move along. I'm putting this worm on a jig head. It is a number 8 size hook with a 1/64 ounce size jig head there. It's just a little shad dart. I get them on the eBay, buy them in bulk on there. 2-pound test line. I've got a St. Croix Panfish Series rod. It's 6 foot long, ultralight action. A Daiwa Regal 1000 size reel. And yeah, let's take this jig head, 2-pound line, and worms, and just work down through here, beating the banks. Apparently we're going to get our line wrapped around our rod tip here first though, but now now that we're ready to cast, let's just throw around through here and see what we get. We got a lot of fish that's been in the shallows lately. It ain't really spring here yet. It was the first week of March, but it has warmed up significantly in my area. It's supposed to be 70 degrees today, this afternoon, or over 70. Something hit me right then. But this warmer water, especially in the creeks here that are kind of muddy from some recent rains, it's really heated up. I ain't turned the graph on here, but I can tell you the water temperatures back here are going to be significantly warmer than what they are out in the channel. And so it's brought a lot of fish. There was something else too. Did he steal our worm? He got part of it. It's brought a lot of fish up. I caught some crappie the other day. They were full of eggs. They were real shallow too. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get some bluegill up back here, some crappie, largemouth, smallmouth, yellow bass, drum. I mean, everything is a possibility today. We'll probably get a bunch of fish, probably get a mixed bag of fish. And I'm here for it, because man, I'm in the mood today to catch numbers of fish, man. I want to catch a bunch of fish. So the good news is, if you're seeing this, we got on some. Somewhere in this creek, we got on some. We're just gonna, like I said, start here, kind of work our way back. There's a little pocket over here, and we're not gonna go too far back in it because it does get so shallow so quickly. But we'll just work our way out and run into some fish on the way. We'll have some dead stretches where we don't catch anything, but we'll eventually come across a school of something and sit there and just whack them. And have us a good time today, man. The fun thing about ultralight fishing is it's fun no matter what you catch. I've talked about this ad nauseum in these ultralight videos in the past, but I mean, everything, when you're using an ultralight rod and light line, light tackle, man, it's just, a 5-inch bluegill will double this rod over. So it don't take big fish, it don't take certain species of fish to have a good time with. You hear that squeak? That's gonna drive y'all crazy today. If it don't drive you crazy, it's gonna drive me crazy. I can't figure it out for the life of me. I have lubed this thing everywhere you can possibly lube it, and I still have a squeak. Fish. Tighten that drag a little bit. Must have bumped it at some point. Well, a little old bluegill for fish number 1, but the skunk is out. Tiny old bluegill. Thanks for being the first fish though, buddy. Let's go over there again, see if he's got another friend with him. With these dock pilings over here. Dock pilings, dock posts. I don't know the proper lingo for them, but you know what it is. It's a damn wooden pole that goes down in the water. I'm kind of hoping we get into some crappie today. I don't know if we'll catch them on these worms. I have caught crappie on worms, but it's usually when I'm retrieving the cast, not when we're actually working the worm along the bottom. But I do have some like gulp minnows and stuff that we'll probably try today as well if the worms aren't getting us the action we want, and we may very well catch some crappie on those. The other thing I'd kind of like to get into today, if possible, if we stumble into them, is some yellow bass. I'd like to. Those are really fun on the ultralight, and they make a dang good bait too for catfish. I'm gonna keep a few things today. I mean, if we get something worthwhile for a bait, something with some substance, a legal size crappie, yellow bass, something like that. I don't know that I'm going to need them. We're supposed to have some potential rain and some high winds the next couple days. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any catfishing or not, but we may keep a few things today just in case I can't get out. I'd like to have it and not need it, than need it and not have it. Not much working through here. I'm seeing some shad flipping over here. One thing for sure, these backwater areas right now, loaded, absolutely loaded with shad. I have had no problem netting shad lately for my catfish trips. Gizzards and thread fins, man. Like I said, all this water has been heating up, and it's just brought in the bait fish and predator fish, and it's that time of year, man. Sometimes the month of March can be, oh hell, I cast right over that dock. Boy, we done gone and done it now. About put our eye out, flinging that thing back at us. Got it now, I got it wrapped around. Dadgummit. We're batting 1,000 today. Let's try that again. Couldn't make any worse cast than the last one, that's for dang sure. Every time I take you fishing, I make a fool of myself. But, you know, the month of March here in my area, very hit or miss on temperature. Some years we'll have weather like we've got today where it's 70 degrees and up. Other years it'll be frigid cold. Hell, I remember when I was a kid, we had a blizzard in March, blizzard of 93. They still talk about that here in East. There's a fish. That feels a little better than that little bluegill we got a minute ago. I don't think this is a bluegill, folks. I think this is something else. Yeah, oh, perfect, perfect. That's what we want right there. I would love to get a few of these today. Would love it, man. Nice yellow bass right there. Nice yellow bass, all right. We will make a few more casts over here where he was at. These are schooling fish. Usually if you get one, there's more around. They are fun on the Ultralight. They've got these really sharp, prickly fins. I mean, you get stuck with one of them things, you'll know it. And their fins down here are pretty sharp too, but man, they make a good live bait for catfish. They also make a good cut bait. So I'm gonna put him in the cooler. He just poked my thumb right there as I was trying to get him in. There's no size limit or anything on those, so we're good on that. Let's back. I'm gonna go ahead and, this worm is still on here, but I'd like to put a little bit bigger worm on there. We lost part of it over there on the other side. One of them bluegill, it nipped part of it off over there when we first started casting. If I can get it off the hook, there we go. Let's get another one. We got a whole tub of these worms here. Let's see what we can do with them. But yeah, the month of March here in my area, East Tennessee, you just don't know what you're going to get. And you may have all 4 seasons of weather in 1 week. But right now, here we are, first week of March now, man, we have had unusually high temperatures in the afternoons anyway. It's been some chilly mornings. That's why I waited a little while to come out today. Let it warm up to the point I don't have to wear a sweatshirt. But when it does heat up, them fish really get on the move, because everything, it's just, the crappie move up to spawn, things move up to eat the crappie, and the bluegill going to spawn after that, the bass are going to spawn. Like, it's that time of year where things get a lot more active, a lot more fun. Gets a lot more consistent on the bite too, as far as catching fish. The winter is always kind of hit or miss for me in the winter. I catch fish in the winter, but I don't like the cold, and I don't fish often enough to really get on a good, consistent bite. And the weather makes it tough too, because the weather's always changing in the winter. You know, days where the temperature fluctuates, we get a lot of rain in the winter, so water levels fluctuate, the current flow fluctuates, and it's a challenging time for me. In the spring, summer, fall, I'm fishing more. As you get later into summer, the weather gets more consistent. Oh, I had one right there, he hit me. But it just gets easier to pattern fish when you're fishing more frequently, right? So, but the good thing about this, what we're doing today right here, this ultralight fishing, it really don't matter when or where you do it. Now this can be, oh, something's after me. I saw my line twitch. I saw my line twitch. I didn't feel the bite. My line was slack at the time. This is another bluegill though. But now this ultralight fishing in the winter months, when you don't necessarily have a lot of fish in the shallows, maybe they move a little deeper, it can be more challenging, because when you're using the lighter line, lighter jig heads and stuff, it's harder to fish deep, right? Because it takes so long to get this to sink down, and then if you use a heavier jig head, you're not going to have the same presentation. It's going to sink too fast. But spring, summer, fall, could be on into winter or earlier into the late winter period, depending on water temperatures and stuff. You'll have more fish in the shallows. And this technique will, of course, catch everything. So it's a very productive, very fun technique. I enjoy the hell out of it. And I was in the mood to do it today. I'm not in the mood to listen to that squeaking though. We got to fix that. I do have something coming today. I have a package being delivered. Oh, hold on. Oh, goodness gracious, I've done it again. I done flung that thing behind us here. We got robbed right there, yo. One of you better call the police, report a theft. He done stole their worm over there. We're feeding the hungry children, I reckon. You tell them if they want a free meal out of me, they got to get the hook too and give me the tug on my line here. All right, let's make another cast over there though. There's something over there. There's some sticks over there sticking out, probably some brush and limbs that's falling off from the bank. But anyway, I got a new toy coming today, a new motor. I don't know if it's going to work out or not, honestly. I'm a little concerned. It has a 30-day return, no questions asked. I had one swimming right there. 30 days, no questions asked, but I got a Newport motor, kayak motor. Oh man, we've got some fish over here, folks. They just keep getting nipped. I ain't got the graph on, but I can see bottom here even with the mud. Like we're real shallow. That must be a little bluegill right there. Is that a fish right there? I see something down there in the water. I'm gonna try to work that jig back to it. It don't look like it's moving now. I thought that was a fish. But anyhow, so I bought a Newport motor with the hopes that it is going to fit down in my pedal drive slot. So the days that I want to either drag baits for catfish and need to kind of dial in a speed and control that speed, or days where I am making a long run somewhere. Maybe it's a place that I don't have a good access to reach it and I have to make a long distance run. Hopefully that motor would help me do so, but I'm not 100% sure that it's going to fit down in the pedal drive slot, and I don't want to mount it to the back of this kayak. So I had a buddy of mine who has one measure for me, and I measured the pedal. It's going to be close of whether or not it fits. So we're going to try it. It's 30-day, no questions asked return. So I'm going to take it out the box today, put it down in there. If it fits, great. We're going to use it. If it don't, I'll send it back. But that little motor I had, for those of you that have watched during the winter, oh, boy, something was pulling good right there now. Hold on, let me get my line. That was a nice pull right there. Let's see. See if we can do that again. Oh man, something was swimming. Keep getting bit. There's something over there. Let's try it one more time right there. But that little motor I had, that little cheap knockoff motor, it tore up recently. The damn thing didn't make it barely 2 months and tore up. And I don't know if they're going to honor the, I'm probably actually going to get a call today. Oh, there's fish coming right at me. Well, that's a bass. I think it's a largemouth. I think it's a large jaw right there. I saw some, yeah, it is. It is, it's a large jaw. I wonder if that's what hit me a minute ago. Something thumped it a minute ago. He ain't very big, but it don't take a very big fish on the ultralight, man. Gotta try to get down here and get him. I did forget to bring my net. So if we hook something big today, we're gonna have a challenge with that. But he ain't very big. Just a little largemouth, but big enough, man. Big enough to have a good time with. Told you, man, we're gonna catch a variety of species doing this. We've already got bluegill yellow. I just flung that worm off. There goes the worm right there. Well, part of it anyway. If we can get my act together here and stop casting over docks and stop flinging the worms off the hook, we're going to catch a variety of species. We already got 3 in just the first few minutes here. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a few more species today too. But that little motor, man, it tore up. It was great when I first started using it. But the last couple times out, prior to it just not working anymore, it was making like a grinding sound at slow speeds. And the last time I took it out, it wouldn't work at all. And it's got power to it. It's got a voltmeter on it. You can see it's got juice going to it. But the prop don't want to spin. And you take your hand to go spin the prop, and it's like it's seized up. So I assume water got in there and has caused it to seize up, which means I had a bad seal. And I took the prop off, make sure I didn't have like a fishing line or something in there that would have caused damage to the seal. It was clean, there was nothing. So ultimately what happened was we have a defective motor. We had something was wrong with the seal to allow water to get in there, especially so quickly after getting it, because I probably hadn't used it 10 times. I got it in December, tore up there in February, so I mean 2 months, and I didn't take it out. One, I didn't fish very much this winter, and 2, I didn't use that motor every time I went out. So I didn't hardly use it at all, maybe 10 times, and it's already got water in there. So I had ordered it from Mariner, a company called Mariner Sales. They are a kayak dealer in Texas. They've got an online store. They sell kayaks, accessories, and stuff like that. And so it's the motor brand is FPV. I got thumped right here. Bluegill. Oh, bluegill. There's some fish back here. Dirt shallow, man. He give us that worm back. Too nice of him there. Thank you, bluegill. But the brand of the motor is a company called FPV. They're out of Australia. And so I thought when the motor tore up, I was probably just SOL, because the motor, I bought it on sale, but after like tax, shipping, all that crap, the total cost was like $200 and something. And I thought, man, if I have to ship this thing back to Australia for a warranty claim or repair, the shipping costs to get it there and back is going to make it not worthwhile to even attempt it. But again, I bought it from Mariner Sales there in Texas. So I call them. And come to find out, the motor does have a warranty. And on top of that, Mariner Sales is apparently a repair. They're like a. Oh, I had one hit me right then. Damn, we done got our worm stole. Got robbed again here, folks. Call the dang police, would you? Hell far. I need one of you to step up and get somebody out here so these fish will quit stealing from us now. It'll come to find out, Mariner Sales is a repair center for these FPV motors. So they do the warranty claims and the repairs. So I talked to the fella on the phone there, and he's got a warranty claim form for me, and he wants me to send him a detailed description of what's wrong, pictures, all these different angles of the motor, etc., etc. So I did that. Boy, that squeaking is terrible. So I did that. I sent in the pictures, detailed description. I did a video showing the problem. Blah, 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 blah. Well, after doing that, the guy was like, yeah, I think we're just going to send you a new motor. He was asking if I had the original box that they had shipped it in to be able to ship it back to them. I don't. I got rid of that, of course, back in December. I don't have room for all that, store a big box like that. But anyway, I don't have the box. So he was like, well, here's what we can do. We'll just ship you a new motor. Oh, fish. Nope. You hit it. Boy, there's a bunch of fish back here, man. Even when we're, oh, we lost part of a worm. Don't know what we got out there, though. Even when we ain't catching them, we're getting bit back here. Somebody fishing over here on the bank. I'm gonna move on here. Let's move on down here for a little while. Y'all bear with me on the squeaking. I've got to figure out that squeaking. Is that not terrible? What's that?
Are you Justin with Kayak Catfish?
That's the guy, man.
That's awesome.
Well, thanks. I'm filming right now.
Yeah, I see that. I've been watching videos for like 5 years.
Really? That long?
Yeah, I've been watching a long time.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, thank you.
Hey, you're welcome.
I appreciate you watching.
Yeah.
You caught anything here?
No, I was just killing time checking out this ramp. I've got a couple hours to go.
Yeah, I glanced over and I was like, well, I was telling the camera, I was like, oh, there's somebody on the bank, we'll move on. And yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate you watching.
Yeah, I'm watching a lot of stuff.
Well, thanks.
I learned a lot from you too.
Well, good. Good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you.
It's always nice to meet somebody that likes me versus somebody that hates me.
Hope you're, like showing everybody where you fish and stuff.
Well, you know, you just get all the negativity on the internet. You know how it is.
Yeah.
It's always nice to meet somebody that's pleasant.
I've watched stuff a long time.
Well, thank you, man. Good luck to you today. There's a nice kid right there. Let's go back over here. We're going to move along there. I don't want to get in his way. If he's going to be fishing along the bank here, we'll just work up this side. I need to switch out that worm. That dang squeaking though, buddy. We got to get that under control. I just don't know what is causing it. It's insane. It's like nails on a chalkboard. Noises like that will drive me. That's one of those things that like pet peeves, like things that'll just drive you batty. A constant noise like that will 100% do that to me. Let's switch out this worm. We just got a piece of it left on here. But anyway, back to the story of Mariner Sales. So I do everything they ask, pictures, description. I send a video. Dude's like, okay, we're gonna probably send you a new motor. Just keep the box from it and send the old one back. And I asked too, I was like, have you had anybody have this issue? Because these FPV motors, FPV, the company, doesn't make the motors. They modify the motors. When I started researching these things, I found the exact same motor they're selling on Temu. If you buy 10 of them, they're like $50 a piece. Now, they're not modified. They don't have the variable speed. They don't have the voltmeter. FPV does that after the fact and jacks up the price. But it's the same motor. And I'm like, man, if it's just this cheap off-brand stuff, of course it's probably going to tear up, but I was hoping it would last like maybe 6 months, a year. Treat it like a disposable motor, but maybe get a year out of it. But anyway, the guy there at Mariner Sales said no, he hadn't had any problems with them, and he hadn't heard of the issue that I'm having before. This was new to him. That kid left. That kid left. He got in the car and left. I hope I didn't run him off. I was going to get out of the way so he could walk on around the bank if he wanted to. He said he had a couple hours. Maybe he's going to hit multiple bank spots. But anyway, the Mariner sales guy said he hadn't had any issues out of the motors, didn't have any other reports of the problems I was having. But I was like, okay, well, if they're going to send me a new motor and do a replacement, fine, whatever. Well, before he could commit to that, he was going to have to talk to the shop owner and get back with me. Well, when he got back with me a couple days ago, we got to talking about how I had extended the wires on the motor. You see, when they send it to you, there's a section of wire that goes from the motor to I think they're called PWM, PMW. It's whatever allows you to have variable speed with the trolling. Oh, I had one. Boy, we're missing fish left and right today. Whatever that's called, going from a fixed speed, like these motors, they have 2 speeds on them, from China or Temu or whatever, and then this variable speed controller allows you to go infinite speeds, from barely moving at all the way to full speed to everything in between. And so they do a little section of cord. You have the box, another little section of cord that goes to your battery. Well, here's the problem with that. They didn't give you enough cord. That variable speed box wouldn't reach my battery box. And so it was just going to be sitting on the deck, either here or in front of the motor there. And since I'm using it on the Hobie Lynx, and they've modified these motors to fit in the pedal drive slots, like that's what FPV is doing for these motors. They're marketing as a Hobie motor to fit in the Mirage drive, the pedal drive slot. So if I put that variable speed box on the deck, it's going to get soaking wet all the time. This water comes over the bow of the Lynx. I mean, it's a wet ride, especially in choppy conditions. And I'm like, well, that box isn't sealed. It's going to get wet and it's going to corrode and it's going to get messed up very quickly. So I went to the store and I bought some wire. And I extended the wire from the motor to that box. That way I could put it inside the battery box that I have. Because they have that box there that they've made for the variable speed, but the knob to control the speed they put on top of the head of the motor. So there's no real reason to have that variable speed box exposed, right? You know what? Let's turn back around right fast because that kid left. This area right through here is so narrow. He was standing on the bank over here and we were over here, and I thought, well, he might want to cast all the way across right here. But he's gone, so let's just go back to where we was catching some of these fish before we move on. Because, I mean, we got the largemouth, yellow bass, and bluegill over here. I want to work this area a little bit more effectively. So anyhow, I go to the store, I buy some wire, extend the length. Now I've got that variable speed box in the battery box. Everything's protected. Nothing's going to get soaking wet. Well, life is good, man. I do that. Got power of the motor. It works. All is well. No issues whatsoever. But for warranty purposes, with Mariner Sales there, I have apparently voided my warranty because I modified the motor. Even though those battery cables have nothing to do with the fact that water got inside the actual motor there, probably from a bad seal, the power cord has nothing to do with that. And the fact is, the motor, when the power cord's connected, it's still on. Like you can see the voltmeter at the top. Like I'm getting juice to the motor. The prop just won't spin. It's seized up. It's locked up in there. Fish. Tiny one though. A little tiny one though. He's just pulling though. A little bluegill. Oh, he got the jig kind of deep too, didn't he? Let's see. Oh, no, he didn't either because it come right out. Popped free. Get on out of here, bluegill. Go on now. But completely unrelated issue. But on a technicality, I have voided the warranty because I've modified the motor. So the fella I spoke with there on the phone, Mariner Sales, was supposed to, I guess, talk to the owner again and get back with me yesterday. And I did not hear from him. I assume I'll probably hear from him today, maybe. But it sure seems like they're going to void my warranty and not either repair or replace this thing now. And I'm conflicted about this. When I bought that motor, and you all heard me talk about this, I didn't have super high expectations because it was a knockoff type motor, and I didn't think it would last forever. I really bought it thinking it would be like really a disposable motor. Use it for a year or so, replace it with another one, and still come out cheaper than the more expensive brands that are also unreliable. That's what I was hoping. But I did expect to get more than 10 uses out of it, if I even used it 10 times. So I am, and you know, the amount of money, I mean, it's $200 and something. It's not the end of the world, but it is the principle of it. It shouldn't have torn up that quickly. It's clearly a defective product. If water got in with, I mean, it'd be one thing, like if I'd had fishing line around the prop and broken that seal, that would be one thing. But the prop was clean. There was nothing in there. It's a bad seal to let water in, especially that quickly. A seal on a new motor should not wear out that fast. So even though it's not a big amount of money, it's still the principle of it. It shouldn't have torn up, and if they're going to have a warranty on these things, which they do, they should honor that warranty. I don't give a damn if I extended the power cord. First off, I shouldn't have had to extend the power cord. It should have given me enough length to be able to put that box up off the deck of the kayak anyway so it wouldn't get wet. Like, that shouldn't have been something I had to do. I mean, I didn't have, for those of you that saw me use that motor for the first time when I took it out, the cord would barely reach the battery box, which I had sitting right there by my camera mount. Like, and there's just not enough cord. So that's stupid in itself, but if you make a modification to something and it doesn't cause the problem, the defect, then the warranty should be to be honored. And because here's what I'm thinking about this, right? Like, I have a lot of people on my channel, social media and stuff, that ask me, it's one of the most common questions I get asked, honestly, like, where's a good place to buy a kayak? Where's a good place to demo a kayak? What are reputable dealers in whatever area they're from, right? Like, I get asked that question all the time. And there are some really good dealers, good reputations all over the country, right? But Mariner Sales, man, like, if they're going to ding me on an inexpensive, I mean, $200, I mean, it's not nothing, right? I mean, that is a fair amount. Well, I mean, it's $200 and some dollars. It was closer to $300 than it was $200, but I mean, that's not nothing. But, you know, the amount of money, I mean, it's $200 and something. It was closer to $300 than it was $200, but I mean, that's not nothing. 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 But the amount of money at stake here, like, even if Mariner Sales had to replace that motor out of their own pocket because, say, FPV wouldn't honor the warranty, well, how much do they have in wholesale cost on that motor? If they was able to mark it down on sale and sell it to me for $200 and something, their out-of-pocket cost for wholesale ain't very much. So my thing is, like, let's say a person buys a $3,000 kayak from them, a product that they do have a lot of money in, even at wholesale cost. And most of you that watch my channel, you're cat fishermen. You're going to put things on your kayak. You're going to put rod holders, maybe an anchor trolley. You might add some aftermarket gear track to be able to mount more accessories more easily. Well, let's say you drill in the hole to install those things. Most of us do. And then later on, you're on the water one day and the hull of your kayak cracks. Maybe it's in the floor. Maybe it's around your seat. Regardless, you get a crack in the hull of your kayak that needs a warranty repair. Well, is Mariner Sales then going to say, well, you know what, Billy Bob, whoever you are, you've drilled into the hole when you installed your anchor trolley or your rod holders, or you added gear track here and you drilled holes in the kayak, even though it's unrelated to the crack you got at your seat or in the floor or whatever, you still modified the hull, so we're not going to honor the warranty on this more expensive $3,000 plus kayak. Well, then what? Then you're out the money. You going to fix it yourself? You can probably. I mean, if it's a cracked hole, you can plastic weld it, but you shouldn't have to, especially on a new big ticket item like a kayak. So my thinking is, and I don't know anything about Mariner Sales. I'm not from Texas. I ordered this motor from the online website there. But it's like, if they're going to dick me over an inexpensive item like this motor, what would they do to somebody who bought a kayak from them and had a problem? So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like, man, should I make a stink about this publicly? I mean, I'm talking about it today on this video, but I'm kind of conflicted. Like, I don't want to be a guy that gets online and just bashes companies. I don't want to do that. But at the same time too, if you are dealing with the company and you have a bad experience and people look to me as a person to either give them information on where to get stuff or where not to get stuff from, I almost feel like I kind of have a responsibility, especially since I've used that motor on video. People saw me using it. I don't want people seeing one of those other videos where it was working properly and thinking, well, I'm gonna get that because Justin got it, and then they have the same experience as me. I have to talk about that to try to not necessarily deter them from taking a chance on that motor, but just give them a heads up, like, hey, here's my problem. You know, you're not going into it blind, just to know this is the experience I had with it. And the company with the warranty situation. So I don't want to get on there and just bash if they end up truly denying the claim. I guess we'll find out when he calls me back, hopefully today. I don't want to be that guy, but at the same time too, I don't know what to do about it. So I guess we'll see what happens. Hopefully it has a happy ending. Hopefully they call me back today and say, you know what, it's okay that you've extended the length of the wiring there. We're going to go ahead and replace it or repair it or whatever. That's best case scenario. But if they don't, then I'm just out the money. I'm out the motor, and it's over something that's completely unrelated to the issue at hand. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know. But anyway, I do have that Newport motor that's supposed to be delivered today. And hopefully it's going to fit, and I'm going to take the mount I used to put the FPV motor in the pedal drive slot. I'm going to use it to try to put the Newport motor there. And these Newport motors, they've got a reputation too of not being the most reliable product. A lot of people has had issues with them. People I know has had issues with them. They are, though, at least an American company. You can get somebody on the phone. They seem to be pretty good with the warranties. I mean, it's stupid that you should have problems with these things and have to go through that process, but I do know people who have gone through the warranty process with Newport and have gotten results, so there's that. But I don't know what it takes to get a lightweight, decent quality motor for a kayak. I really don't want a motor most of the time. I just want it if I'm dragging for catfish and I need to go at slow speeds, or if I am making a long run somewhere because I don't have either boat ramp or public launch access to an area. I'm pretty good here in my area. I'm pretty lucky, I should say, that there's a lot of access spots, but there are some sections of the river where you might have a boat ramp here and then not have another access spot for 10 or 15 miles. And so there are some areas of the river that are just unreachable for me, that I just can't access. And a motor is helpful in some of those areas. Let's try the other side of the bank over here by the ramp over here. Maybe we can run these geese off as we go by, because they're gonna annoy the hell out of us just as bad as the squeaking on the pedals right here. But yeah, man, I don't know what it takes to get a decent quality motor. And I've tried every brand. I've tried Minn Kota, Motor Guide, Torqeedo, this knockoff FPV Temu motor. We're going to Newport next. I mean, I've had problems out of all of them. The motors that had the best reputation for kind of being indestructible was the Minn Kota Endura motors, them little 30-pound thrust deals, like stern mount motors there. And if I could fit it through the pedal drive slot, I could put it on that base. And I have one in my shed. I tried, but it won't fit. It's too wide. It won't fit through the opening. So you kind of limited on putting it where I want, and I don't want to put it on the back of fish. He's he's going that way, ain't he? He was hitting and getting it. He was taking off right in front of us. I went to pick up on the rod, and he was going with it. All right, let's throw over here again. Nice to get another bite. We had a little break there between fish. So I don't know, man. I don't know what a good solution is. I don't want to mount something on the back of this kayak. It's just, well, look at that fish right there. Something's dead right there. That gizzard shad, he's got algae growing on him. he's got literally algae or something there growing on him. That one's been dead a while. So I don't know, man. It's just for tournament purposes, for the purposes I mentioned, I'd like to have access to a motor. I don't care the brand. I don't care the speed. I don't even care, like that little FPV motor there. It wasn't fast, about pedaling speed, top speed, but I didn't care. I was mainly using it for slow speeds when I'm dragging. It's because it's hard to pedal slow enough to drag for catfish in this kayak. It's just, you barely pedal and you're moving well beyond half a mile an hour that I want to go for catfish. So maybe someday we will have a decent quality motor that's affordable, good quality, reputable brand, hopefully an American brand or at least an American retailer or distributor, that way you can get somebody that speaks English on the phone and be able to ship it back to them if need be at a reasonable expense. Because I mean, I knew if I had to ship that FPV motor to Australia, forget about it. The cost there and back, I mean, it wouldn't be worthwhile. But it is what it is. Fortunately though, I don't need that crap. I've caught a lot of fish just in a basic pedal kayak. I mean, even today, we don't even have the graph on. Like here, you give me a way to get on the water and fishing pole, I'm gonna find some fish. May not always find a lot of fish, may not always find big fish, but we're gonna find something. We're gonna find this geese over here, goose, a new home. Two of them, there's geese. Gooses, geeses. We need to find a new home for that fish that just bit our worm in half. Danged old fish right there. Trying to steal the worm, took part of it. He could have at least took the whole worm. If you're gonna steal the worm fish, take the whole thing. That way we don't have to take the other piece off before we put the next one on. Find us another one here. These little red worms today at the Walmart was pretty good sized ones here. Some of them are anyway. Sometimes you get gypped. They'll be real skinny or small, but these here are pretty good size. That goose has got plenty to say to you. He ain't talking to me in that tone, I know he ain't. He's back talking to you though. Those things are some, I got thumped. Got thumped and robbed right there. I don't know if that was a bluegill or a bass. There they go. We'll see you, gooses. They are some of the most obnoxious birds. If I could eliminate, let's do a fun exercise right now. Let's pretend we could eliminate animals on this planet. Everybody's always trying to keep animals from going extinct, but let's say we could choose which animals we don't want to have anymore. Oh, I got hit. Oh, that was a thump. This is a better fish. Whatever this is going to be the biggest one we've caught so far today. I don't know what it is though. It's not really running. Hopefully we'll pull him out, or hopefully he'll pull us out over here a little bit deeper water, get away from stuff that we could run our line across to break us off. He's just gonna go where he wants to go. I can't put the screws to him with the ultralight and 2-pound line here. We'll either break off or pull that thin wire hook right out of his mouth. This right here. Y'all, this is what's fun about ultralight fishing. You hook into something, I don't even care what this is. I don't even care. It's just fun. You hook into something big on an ultralight rod, and this fish probably won't even turn out to be that big, but big for the tackle we're using. And man, you can just have you a good time. Bunch of fish, bunch of species. I think it's a drum. It's a drum. I love these. They are a trash fish. At least that's their reputation. I love them. They're fun. I especially love them on an ultralight. I wish we had a net. I should have brought that thing. I completely forgot. We're going to take our time with him. We'll get him up here. I'll try to scoop him up with my hand. These drum, their mouth, they're hard to get hold of. And you can, I've broken my line ultralight fishing numerous times trying to lip a drum to get it up into the kayak. We're just gonna try to scoop him up when we get him over here. But we're gonna take our sweet time in the meantime doing it, because I'd like to get a picture of this thing, honestly. A fish like this, man, if you accidentally caught, if a bass fisherman accidentally caught one of these things on a lure, they wouldn't give a damn. Hell, they'd be upset with it. Me, I'm happy. You'll see me smiling with this fish. Because to me, it ain't about the species, it's about the fun of the fight when I'm doing this. I'm not coming out here looking for any specific thing. Yeah, I wouldn't mind catching some yellow bass today, or some white bass, or some drum, but I don't care what we get. I just want to get tugs on the line, man. He's hooked good right there. Can we get hold of him without snapping our line? I don't want to grab my line too tight, because then if he surges, let me try it here, folks. Let me try to grab the damn thing. I said I wasn't going to, and here I've done it. But we got him in. All right. All right, man. Oh, I'm blowing up on the bank. Let me spin around here. I'm going to get a picture with this thing in the front camera mount. This drum, he's like, Justin, throw me back. I don't want to hear that damn squeaking from your pedals anymore. Let me spin around here into the sun. Let's put our front camera mount up, why don't we? Y'all set up here. Take a picture of me and this fish, would you? Take a picture. Let me get that front screen on there so I can see what we're dealing with. Oh, it's too. Let me get it. There. That's better. That's better right there. Come here, drum. Come here. Come here. He's flopping. Don't knock my worms over now. Okay, buddy. And we're going to get that worm back, too. We're getting a refund. He's fat. Probably full of eggs. Nice, man. All right. I got my picture with you. You happy about it? You happy about going home? This fish never been happy a day in his life. He's happy them geese. He's been sitting over there listening to them dang geese squawk, so he's happy they're gone. I'm happy they're gone too. Let's get y'all back here in the chest. I'm gonna just throw back over here again. I wonder if he ain't got some friends with him over there. I've got on bites before with drum where you'll catch several in an area together. I was about to say though, we were talking about animals, and like if you could choose an animal to go extinct, what would it be? It wouldn't be the drum, that's for sure. I like them. Geese would be high up on the list for me. Oh, I got hit again. Geese for sure would be on the list. I don't know where they would rank right yet. They would be up there. Mosquitoes, for sure. Oh, we got bit, we got robbed. Mosquitoes, most definitely. I don't know what purpose mosquitoes do in life. I mean, geese, people can at least eat geese. So there's the food aspect. Humans, even other predator animals, they will eat geese. Mosquitoes, like, who benefits at all from a mosquito? They must have some purpose, but I don't know what. Put that camera mount down right there, y'all. There we go. So we got geese on the list. We've got mosquitoes on the list. I'm going to put deer on my list too. I know a lot of people like deer hunting. They certainly provide food, but having personally now totaled one car and had a few $100s worth of damage on another car because of hitting deer, because they're so damn overpopulated in my area, I would like to see either at least a reduction in the number of deer in my area, at least. Them damn things, I can't imagine how much damage just, and there's probably a statistic on it. There's probably a number. Something's got my bait. You saw that, didn't you? My line was getting pecked, but now we're hunging something. I went to pull on the hook. I pulled it right into a snag. But I bet you the number for the dollar amount of damage caused by deer just ruining people's cars when they step out on the highway. I can't imagine. It's got to be a staggering number. If we didn't have deer, imagine how much cheaper our car insurance could be. I'm gonna have to break off, folks. No, we got it back. Did we bend the hook? We did not. We lost the worm. We didn't bend the hook. Yeah, we did kind of bend the hook. Let's see if I can just ever so slightly bend it back. Too far. Yeah, it looks good. We may regret not going ahead and replacing this if we end up breaking a hook or something, but we're going to roll with it for now because I don't like having to retie on these videos if I don't have to. But I mean, just imagine how much cheaper our car insurance would be if there were no deer, no car accidents caused by deer. So, and I'm not a hunter. I've never been into deer hunting at all. Just never, I don't know why, I just never got into it. Probably because it's done in the winter and I don't like being outside in the winter. I don't like being cold. I can't go out and sit out in the woods in freezing cold temperatures. Can't bring myself to do it. But deer, I mean, they have a reputation for being difficult to hunt, right? I mean, people will take the head and antlers and stuff and hang them on their wall as like a trophy, yet I can't tell you how many big bucks I've seen with a full rack just driving down the road. Like, people go deep in the woods to hunt these things. I'm like, hell, y'all just set up on the side of the highway. I see deer all the time getting hit. But them damn things, buddy, they've caused me some damage, that's for sure. Especially when the first one I hit there a few years ago and messed up my car, it was right during it was like, what was that, 2021 or 2022? I don't remember, but we were still going through the car part shortage and car shortage, because you remember COVID, the supply chain, everything got shut down. And so you couldn't get parts, you couldn't get vehicles, or we had, if memory serves me, we had a bunch of vehicles that were shipped over here to America, but you couldn't get the chips for them, like the computer chips. So everything was more expensive during that time. Like, even the value of used cars was really high during that time because of the shortage. So that's when that happened to me. That's when I hit the deer. And so I had to end up paying a premium for the vehicle I got. Whereas if I had got that same vehicle before the supply chain issue, or say 6 to 12 months later, it would have been significantly less money. So that damn deer got me twice. He got me first time because I had to replace my car, and then he got me again because I had to replace the car at a higher price than what I should have. Oh, I had another one hit me. Let me let it sink back down. I think here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna fish this worm here until we lose it. And then I'm gonna switch over and put on a gulp minnow. Let's see what that'll do for us. Working down through. We're gonna just work this shoreline. We'll go over here by this bridge. Up under the bridge gets just dirt shallow again. But we'll work down that other shoreline, work our way, and just keep moving around here. I'm very encouraged. When we started back there dirt shallow and got the yellow bass and the largemouth, I'm very encouraged by that. But yeah, so we got geese, mosquitoes, and deer as animals that I would like to see either greatly reduced or completely eliminated. Another animal that has caused me damage multiple times, the most recent time last year, it cost me a few $100s, are buzzards. Now buzzards, nobody's going to eat a buzzard, at least I don't think they are, but they do provide a service to humanity because they clean up the roadkill, the dead animals and stuff. So they do have value to planet Earth, but they also destroy vehicles. I, twice now, have had buzzards get on my vehicle and eat the rubber. The first time they ate the rubber trim around my windshield. The most recent time last year, they ate the rubber trim around my sunroof, which had to be replaced because it was going to leak. They ate a lot of it. And I had to end up replacing the whole damn sunroof because of the damage they had done. So it was expensive. So, conflicted on that. Buzzards do provide service to humanity, but very damaging to people's property. And they're oftentimes around places where I'm at, like fishing and stuff, like because people throw dead fish up on the bank and it draws them in. So I can't really avoid the daggone things. Can't avoid the deer. I can't avoid the buzzards. Can't avoid the mosquitoes either. The geese, at least they fly on. They're real obnoxious this time of year because they're laying their eggs and stuff. But at least they eventually move on, or most of them do. I don't know what else animals I'd eliminate. I mean, humans, I guess, are kind of animals, and there's a bunch of humans. You know me, I don't really like people all that much. Occasionally, you know, you meet some good people. That kid over here we met earlier, he seemed like a good kid. He was a fan of my channel, and so I always tend to like people who like me. That helps. It is nice. I think I told that kid, man, it's always nice. You just take crap as a content creator. You take crap online all the time. It's just so damn negative. And it's easy to feed into it. Like, it's easy to get bogged down by that negativity. So when you do meet somebody out, like that kid, and I say kid, I shouldn't call him a kid. I don't know how old he was. He may be oh, we got a fish on. He may not be a kid. Hell, he may be 20-something years old for all I know. He may be a grown-ass man. I've hit that age in life, y'all. I'm 44 now. I just turned 44. I've hit that age where if somebody's younger than me, they're a kid. I've turned into that guy. So I shouldn't refer to him as a kid. But anyway, you know, you meet him, and he's nice, and he's pleasant, and enjoys the channel and stuff. That's nice. That's always nice when you meet somebody like that. Oh, I got another one on right here. It's coming right at me. Oh, looky here. Boy, I don't catch these very often. That's a yellow perch. He's small, but tiny little, oh man, I was gonna hold him there for the camera. He didn't want to be on video. Hell, I can't blame him. I don't want to be on video most days either. But, you know, it's just nice. It's nice meeting people that are respectful and polite and appreciative versus just the usual trolls that just want to attack you and tear you down and try to discredit you and be a nuisance, be a human version of a mosquito, basically. Buzzing around, trying to suck the life out of you. I want to throw back over here, though, man. Them yellow perch are also a schooling fish, and I don't ever catch them. They're here. Oh, I'll occasionally get one or so here or there, but it's not something I could go out. If you told me today, Justin, go out and target yellow perch, I don't know that we could. I couldn't anyway. I can target a snag though. I can keep us on snags all day long. I got another big one right here. Let's see if we can pop this free without breaking off or bending our hook. Come on, there it comes. Back us up. Let's see if we lost our, yeah, we lost our worm. Let's do this. I said we lost that worm. We were going to switch it out for a gulp minnow. Let's try that. Let's try that right now. I keep in my kayak at all times here, in my cup holder, I got pliers, scissors, and this pea cup, urine specimen cup. That's literally what it is. But it works great for storing these gulp minnows. You get the little jars of gulp minnows. I'll put 2 jars in one of these specimen cup. That gulp right there, it's crooked tail, that one's better. But I'll put it in this specimen cup and then keep this cup in the kayak. That way the specimen cup doesn't leak, and you've always got your gulp here whenever you need it. Let's clean the rest of that worm off that hook, and let's put this thing on. There's a bunch of shad in here. We've seen them flipping, so it's quite possible these fish are eating the bulk of their diet in shad. This gulp minnow certainly represents a small threadfin shad, same color. It's the smelt color, but it looks like shad. It's gray and white. I heard somebody talking. Or somebody's on the other side of this bridge, maybe. We may need to go around if they're over here bank fishing or something. I don't want to get in their way. We can go wherever the hell we want. Throw around this tree though a few times. See if something's there on it. Speaking of shad, there's one dying right there on the surface. We had that shad kill, and catfishing kind of got tough. I mean, I was catching some small fish, but I wasn't doing great. Now I've been getting some better quality fish again, but not a lot of them. But I'm getting those in the shallows too. I want to go over there to that dock at some point here before we wrap it up today too. That dock over there, I've caught crappie on it before this time of year. Swing around here and work this area by the bridge, and if we ain't getting bit on this gulp, we'll just put the worm back on. But the gulp, man, it represents a small, bottom of the food chain bait fish. Let's see, I think we got, what we got over here? Oh yeah. Let's move on. There's a fella over here bank fishing. I'll tell you what, if you can tolerate the squeaking, let's just run over down here and fish this dock right now. I don't want to encroach on this guy over here fishing on the bank. That squeaking though, is that not obnoxious? If somebody right now fell asleep because I've bored them to death on this video, I just woke them up. I just woke them up with this god-awful squeaking. Cannot figure out where it's coming from. I have WD-40'd the hell. I bet I put a half a can WD-40 on this thing. And I don't think you're supposed to put WD-40 on the Hobie pedal drives, but it works when you do get a little squeak most of the time, but it ain't working on this. There was a turtle right there. Did you see that? You know it's getting warm and it's almost spring when the turtles come out in full force and the frogs. And I bet you we'll hear some frogs this evening because it's getting warm now. I'm wishing I hadn't wore my bibs now. I left the house and thought, okay, I'm good. I don't need a sweatshirt, but I probably do need my bibs. And now it's warmed up enough now. There's some bait right there, right in front of me. But now I'm wishing I hadn't worn these things, getting a little warm. It's a good problem to have, though. I'd rather be hot than cold. I can deal with the hot. It gets hot in the summer, I'll just fish earlier in the morning. You know, I'll beat the heat. But when it gets cold in the winter, ain't nothing you can do about it other than just be cold. I can keep cool, but can't keep warm. We'll just work this shoreline here, this gulp, on down to this dock, and if we don't catch anything on the gulp, then we will switch back over and use the worm again. I don't know if there'll be anything over here or not, and today, I mean, I just got the basic graph on here today, which I don't have turned on, but if we had live scope, obviously we could look up under that dock, and I've put that live scope on a portable box, which I've shown in some videos. I've got a shorts video on my channel here where I kind of go in depth on that box, and I've talked about it in some other just regular long form videos as well. But I don't like using it all the time. It's a big contraption, it adds a lot of weight, and it's not really necessary for this. Like, it's helpful when you're going out to net shad, especially if it's a day like, today, for instance, we're seeing shad flipping up on the surface. So it would be pretty easy to come out here and net shad without any electronics today. But there are times when the shad are a little deeper, and there's a drum right here in front of us. Do you see that? He's just sitting there right there. We're about to bump him with my pedals. He was right there at the surface. He's gone now. I was going to bump right into him. It was a drum. But there's times, though, when the shad are deeper and they're not flipping. If you didn't have some form of electronics, you wouldn't know they were there. So then you just go out and you spend an ungodly amount of time and energy just throwing the net at random, hoping to get lucky. And so the cast net's helpful. I mean, the cast net, of course, the cast net's helpful to catch shad. You ain't gonna get them without it. But the live scope is helpful in that situation. And so I want to be able to put it on and off this kayak when needed. But when we're doing what we're doing today, just kind of beating the banks, catching whatever we can catch, I don't really find it necessary. I mean, sure, we could use it and look up under this dock and see if there's any fish here, or look on brush piles and stuff and see if there's any fish there. And we'd probably catch more fish doing that too. We certainly wouldn't waste time casting to areas where fish weren't. But there's also the experience of just being on the water and being present in nature. And when you're staring at a screen, you miss out on some of that. Like, if I'm staring at that screen, I probably don't notice that drum in front of me right there then, you know? Like, there's something about the simplicity of what we're doing here today that I find enjoyable. And I wanted to come out here and catch a bunch of fish. Like, when I left my house, like, I'm in the mood to catch a bunch of fish, get a bunch of bites. I wish we were catching more than what we're actually getting here today, honestly. But I'm not going to go home disappointed today if we don't hit 50 fish or 100 fish. Like, there's not a set number that I'm hoping to get. I just want to get some bites. And so I'm going to have a good day out here. I've already had a good day. Man, we've caught, what have we got now? We've got bluegill, yellow bass, largemouth bass, drum, and yellow perch. That's 5 different species of fish in however long we've been out here, hour and a half or so. That's pretty damn good, man. And we have not had any electronics, just one fishing pole, some worms, and now a gulp minnow, which we ain't caught nothing on. There's some crows up there that ain't happy we're here. But like, it don't take, you don't have to have a bunch of gear. I mean, and even the kayak, we're here in a basic kayak with squeaky pedals. Hell, if our pedals wasn't squeaking so damn bad, we might catch more fish. I've been talking about getting the motor here for this thing, but for what we're doing today, hell, we don't need it. If I didn't catfish, I wouldn't even fool with the motor. Maybe for the ocean, like I took that little motor, of course it tore up while I was down there, that water snake. That was another motor I had a problem with, damn water snake. I took it down there to the ocean last fall when I was down there and tore it up 4th trip. Now, it was just a switch went bad. I was able to replace it for $10. It was a simple and easy fix. But again, just another problem with the motor, man. But I was using it to go up into the current and then drift back. Very helpful for that. But that was really the only thing I was using it for. But for this style of fishing here, man, you don't need a bunch of stuff, a bunch of gadgets. One fishing pole, some lures or bait. We could be out here in a paddle kayak doing this. Don't even need the pedals. If this right here was the only type of fishing I did, I would still be in this kayak. Just because this thing's lightweight and the pedals are, I like the pedals. Pedals free up my hands, and they do extend my range over when I paddled. Opens up some more water for me. But if this is all I did, man, I wouldn't have a graph. I wouldn't have a need for a graph because I never use it when I'm ultralight fishing. This setup I have here could be a lot simpler. I wouldn't have the graph. I wouldn't have the rod holders. I wouldn't have this crate behind me. I only brought the crate today because I thought if we got on some yellow bass or some crappie, I might keep a few in the event that I get to actually fish sometime in the next couple days. I'd basically just have a basic clean slate kayak, couple cup holders, one for my tools, one for my actual water bottle, and that's it. That's all I'd have. That's all I'd need. It don't take a lot to go fishing, folks. It really don't. I'm guilty of complicating stuff. I complicate the hell out of everything. But it don't have to be that way. Let's take this gulp off. We've made enough casts with it, can't even get it tapped. I'm gonna put a worm back on. Get hold of one here. Let's throw this worm over here by this dock and see if we get any takers. The original fishing lure, the worm. I don't know who was the first fisherman in the human species, but I bet you they probably used a worm. That's been the tried and true fishing lure for the history of time. Even Bill Dance, who was probably the most famous bass fisherman of all time, maybe the most famous fisherman, period. I mean, everybody knows who the hell Bill Dance is. Even people that don't fish have heard of Bill Dance or will recognize him if they saw him. Even he, like these worms today, man, got them at the Walmart. Where's it at there? There's Bill Dance's face on these damn worms. Endorsed by Bill Dance, professional fisherman. Bill Dance don't even use worms. His videos when I was a kid was all selling crankbaits and spinnerbaits and stuff. Ain't that funny about that though? Man, when I was a kid, I loved watching Bill Dance and Hank Parker and Shaw Grigsby and Roland Martin, those guys. And as a kid, I'm telling my age here, there wasn't no, well, as a kid, there wasn't no internet. That come later on for me. There wasn't no YouTube, obviously. There was just cable TV or satellite TV. And you didn't even have a way to tape it. Like there wasn't no on-demand stuff. Like you either taped something with a VCR on timer. If you could learn how to operate a timer, I don't know who the hell could ever figure those things out. But otherwise, you just had to be at home when the TV show was on, and then fishing shows would come on Saturday mornings. And so I'd watch them. But now, if you try going back and watching them now, they're damn near unwatchable. At least they are for me, because the whole show is a commercial. And see, we're used to that now, when where we're at in society with the internet and stuff now. We're used to all of the, it's like we've seen behind the curtain in Wizard of Oz. We've seen how things work, right? Like we know how companies market and whatnot. And so at the time, you'd watch Bill Dance and he'd be talking about his fishing rod or the crankbait or whatever. And you're like, oh, I got to go get that. That crankbait right there in that color, that's what you need. That's going to catch a bunch of fish. And of course, he sold a lot of product. But now you go back and watch some of those old episodes now, knowing what we know at this point in our existence. All of the shows, Bill Dance, Roland Martin, Hank Parker, they were all one big sales pitch. It was all basically a 30-minute episode, but 22 minutes after commercials. But it was basically a 22-minute commercial. And it's obvious now, but it wasn't at the time. I didn't notice it as a kid. I just enjoyed the hell out of it. But now I see it for what it is, and it kind of takes away from it a little bit. Not that I watch many bass fishing shows anymore, but occasionally you get bored or you see something pop up on the YouTube or social media. You'll see an old clip of a show. I've often wondered about that too, like the Bill Dances, the Hank Parkers, Roland Martins. Like they were super popular and super over there at their time. Back when you just had cable TV and you had a barrier to entry to be on TV, right? Like some network executive had to approve your show and get you on TV for that time slot on that channel. But nowadays, fast forward to 2026, anybody with a cell phone and internet connection can have an audience. Oh, I got hit then. Let it sit there and sink back down. But now anybody, literally anybody on the planet, you can have zero TV experience, zero fishing experience, but you could get you a fishing pole today, pull out your cell phone, film yourself, put it on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, and I don't know how many views you're going to get, but it ain't going to be zero. Like you can be in front of people. You can be on people's TVs, on their cell phones. Didn't used to be that way in Bill Dance's day. There were gatekeepers. And only select people got to do it. And so I've wondered oftentimes, like Bill Dance, most famous fisherman probably of all time. I can't think of anybody else that would even be close, honestly. But if he was born in this generation, could he do it again? Would he get as big? Would he be as famous? I don't know. He's got a good personality, a good demeanor. Is that a fish? No, it's a snag. But he's a great fisherman, great personality, great demeanor, entertaining guy. I would think he would do well, but would he reach the level of fame and notoriety that he was able to achieve back in the 70s and 80s when there was no competition? Because now, I mean, if he was starting out now today, there's tons of competition, man. Like, it's hard to get noticed now on the internet. Like, there's just so many people doing it. Everybody's doing the same thing. And then it's like, even if he did take off, like let's say he had a YouTube channel or social media following and he was able to, I just threw part of that worm off in the cast. But even if he was able to get a following, a social media following, would he be as revered as he is to now? Now, I mean, I don't know anybody, and I've known and met a lot of fishermen. I don't know anybody that's had anything ever bad to say about Bill Dance. I mean, everybody loves him. Would that still be the case today? If he was coming up today in a world where everybody hates everybody on social media, would he be as beloved? I don't know if he would be. I think he's talented enough. He's a talented enough fisherman. He's a good speaker, good demeanor, good personality. I think he would make it if he chose to in today's society. He could make it as a fishing content creator. He's got all the skill set. But would he be as revered and beloved as he currently is? Would he ever get to that level if he started out today? I don't know. It's just today's world, man, I think Jesus himself could descend from the sky on a golden chariot and somebody would be upset about it. They would interrupt Days of Our Lives soap opera for breaking news. Jesus himself has come back to save us all. And somebody'd be pissed off because their soap opera got interrupted. Like, that's the world we live in today. So I don't know that anybody will ever be beloved again in any industry. I mean, think about this. I'm trying to rack my brain right now as I'm telling you this, but like, who in our world today, say age 50 and under, who in the world today is loved and revered by at least most people? I mean, when you think about the most famous people on planet Earth right now, I'm not talking about being liked or loved or hated or whatever, just pure fame. Like, this person walks down the street, everybody knows who they are. Who's the most famous people? Probably, wouldn't you say probably Trump? Everybody knows him, would recognize him immediately. Elon, I think pretty much anybody in any walk of life would recognize Elon Musk. Taylor Swift, maybe. She's probably the most popular musician right now. I think most people, if she walked down the street, even if you don't like her music, you would probably recognize her, right? Who is, but I mean, even the people I just mentioned, man. Sure, some people love Trump, but there are other people that absolutely hate him. Same with Elon, same with Taylor Swift. She's got passionate fans that love her music, but then there's also a group of people that absolutely hate her because she's dating Travis Kelce and the NFL shows her on TV every chance they get. Like she has people, as talented as an artist as she is and as big a following as she has of people who love her, she also has people that don't. Like, that's just the world we live in today now, man. I don't know that anybody will ever be. And sure, like, you take somebody, I'll just Taylor Swift as an example. There's probably way more people that love her than there are that hate her. I would say, I mean, obviously her fans are in the millions and they love her. And there's people like me who completely indifferent. Some of her songs are okay. Like, I mean, she's got a few songs. If they're on the radio, I listen. But I'm not going to go spend a fortune buying her concert tickets if she comes to town. Like, you know, I'm indifferent to it. So there's probably, 80% of the people either love her or are indifferent. It's a fish. Yeah, it's a fish right there. Another small, but at least it's another bite. We've had a long break between the gulp and now throwing the worm again. Like, it's not been a day of good numbers like I had hoped, but we are getting action. Going out of there, fish. I should have asked that fish if he liked Taylor Swift. But yeah, like, if you tallied up all the people on planet Earth, between the people that love her and the people like me who are indifferent, that's probably the overwhelming majority of people. But there is going to be a 10%, 15%, 25% of people that's just going to hate her for whatever reason. They don't like her music. They don't like her fame. I don't know any of her political or social, I don't know enough about her to know any of that stuff, but she's probably got some opinions on something that other people are going to disagree with, I'm sure. But again, with Bill Dance, I've never heard anybody anywhere say anything bad about the guy. Like, he is universally beloved in the fishing community, and people outside of the fishing community would probably recognize him and, worst case scenario, be indifferent to him. I don't know anybody that would hate him. But just modern day people today, like, I can't think of anybody from a younger generation. I mean, Bill Dance is at this, I don't know how old he is. He's probably in his 80s, I guess. But he come from a different time, before social media, before the internet. Like, people that are in the current generation where they're on the internet and social media and whatnot, and are at a stage in life, you know, at this point, I mean, Bill Dance at this point, he's still relevant, obviously, and still does stuff. I see him pop up on social media where he's going to be at a Bass Pro signing autographs or something like that, or at a tournament. Like, he's still doing stuff, but like his time of actively growing his brand, actively working his brand, like, that's over at this point. So if you take younger people, younger generation, people that are currently in that growth stage right now, I don't know that anybody will ever achieve that again. I just don't think it's possible with social media today. There's just too much animosity on there, too much arguments, too much people just being pitted against each other for whatever reason, social beliefs, political beliefs, whatever, you know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see 20 years from now how much different society is. It's already changed a lot in my lifetime. I mean, at this point, I'm 44, so, I mean, I'm middle-aged, beyond middle-aged, really, at this point. The average man lives to be 70, I think it was like 78, 76, 78, something like that. I can't remember. I'm beyond the halfway point. But so much has changed in my life. It's been incredible, the changes. When you look back on it, you don't notice it day to day. But from when I was a kid till now, gosh, man, as a kid, we didn't have internet. We didn't have cell phones. I'm gonna go up here to this dock. There's a boat coming behind us too. Somebody launched over there. But as a kid, I didn't have internet. I didn't have cell phone. There wasn't, I mean, I take it back. I had an Atari when I was a kid. So there was video games. We didn't have a computer. Didn't have a computer until I was, I guess, in middle school. And then internet came after that. I mean, there's been a lot of changes in when I was a kid. We still had rotary phones. I remember when we got our, oh, I got a fish over here right there between them two dock posts. A bluegill. I hope there's some more over there. Let's sit here and work this dock and see what we get. I'd like to get on a pile of them. Oh, bluegill. Let's throw that chewed up worm back over there. We've been robbed on so many worms, we need to get a few fish per worm just to balance it out. But I remember when we got our first cordless telephone, and you would have this big long antenna you would have to pull out, and if you walked to the other end of the house away from the receiver, because that cordless telephone was in my parents' bedroom, and so if I went to the other end of the house, there would be so much static on the line you couldn't hardly hear the other person on the line. And that made it very difficult when I was in middle school and would have a little girlfriend I was going steady with and wanting to talk without parents listening in. Be on that cordless telephone with all the static. But yeah, that was a big deal back then when we got the cordless phone. And nowadays, hell, they don't even make them phones anymore. I don't even know if you can buy a rotary phone at all. I don't even think people have, I mean, I guess some people do, businesses obviously do, but like landlines and stuff. I bought my house in 2006. I've never had a landline telephone. There goes that fella on the boat. Yeah, that fella right there in that John boat. If a person wanted a boat and just wanted something simple, I mean, his rig right there will do anything he needs it to do. He's got an outboard to get from spot to spot. He's got a little hand-steered trolling motor there on the front. He's got everything he needs right there to catch fish. You don't have to have an $80,000 boat to get on the water with, folks. But yeah, I don't even think you can buy a rotary phone anymore. And my house, man, 20 years I've had my house now. It don't seem like it's been that long, but it has. I've never had a landline at my house. It's been all cell phone. Ain't that something? Would have never even imagined that as a kid. I remember as a kid, I'd sit there and after school sometimes I'd watch Saved by the Bell, that TV show, Zach Morris, Screech. And you remember Zach Morris, he was the rich kid on the show, and he had I don't guess it was a cell phone. Maybe it was like the first cell phone. That thing was big as a brick, had a big antenna on it. And there were some phones on TV shows in people's cars, like, gosh, was it Knight Rider that had a phone? I think Face had one, didn't he? We got another fish right here. Face from the A-Team, I think he had a phone in his car. But like that was big technology back then, man. Now, I mean, now people don't even, unless I run into some old man that recognizes me from YouTube, I don't even see flip phones anymore. Every time I run into some old man, though, they pull out their flip phone and got to go through 800 pictures to show me that fish they caught in 1985. But I mean, nowadays, everybody's got a smartphone. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. And so much has happened in my lifetime. I can't imagine what's coming. If I'm fortunate enough to live another 30, 40 years, I can't imagine the changes we're going to see. I can't imagine it. And that's the thing about it. It's like you truly can't imagine it. Because as a kid, I would have never imagined. I mean, think about this. Try to explain the internet to somebody in 1980. It'd be damn near impossible. I mean, just thinking about trying to explain how the internet works. Like somebody in 1980, they've got a rotary telephone in their house, and be like, yeah, in the year 2026, you're going to have a small glass screen in your pocket that can access any piece of information in the world in seconds. And you're going to be able to watch videos, TV, right on your screen without ever plugging it in, without a cord, and call anybody in the world instantly. I mean, it would be crazy. They would look at you like you had two heads if you told somebody that in 1980. But yet here we are. So, I mean, who knows what the hell's coming in another 30, 40 years? Because every year this technology gets more advanced, it gets better and better. So it's just going to keep getting, things are going to start happening faster. This wind is picking up. It's supposed to pick up today. Here's what I want to do. I want to go to the other side. We're just not doing, the further we've got out in this creek, the less even taps we're getting. When we were back there super shallow, we were getting at least a lot of bites. We're not even doing that right now. We're just getting we did get a couple bluegill there or whatever by that dock, but they were small and we're just not getting the number of bites I'm hoping to get. So I'm gonna go over here to this side of the shoreline. We'll work through here, some of these trees and stuff, and we'll work our way back to the shallows, and then that'll hopefully keep us out of the wind as long as possible too, being back here kind of protected from it. And then I am going to get out of here in another 30 minutes to an hour and go do what I got to do today, and hopefully take that motor, that Newport motor, out of the package when it gets delivered and see if it will fit. If it does, it will still be a little while before I get to use it because I haven't ordered a battery. It requires a 24-volt battery, and the motor, of course, is refundable. I've got 30 days. No questions asked, money back guarantee through Newport there. The batteries, however, I'm just going to get an Amazon battery. I'm not paying for a fancy name brand one because they're all made in the same factory in China. But those Amazon batteries, they're non-refundable. So I didn't want to buy the battery that I wouldn't use for anything else if the motor don't fit. So if the motor fits, I'm still going to be not able to use it for a few days until the battery would arrive. And it'll have to be shipped ground because it's a lithium battery, hazardous material, so it'll take a little extra time to get to me, even if I do order it. But hopefully, what I'd like to have in a perfect world is that motor fit, it function well, and me have it before the first catfish tournament of the year. That's a perfect world. Because I'd like to use this kayak in some catfish tournaments this year. I don't know if I'll use it in all of them, because this kayak ain't the best kayak to use in all places. But I love this kayak, and I'd like to try fishing a tournament in it, if I can, just to see how I do. I'm curious. Can I be competitive in it? I don't know. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. There's only one way to find out, and that's to do it. But I'd like to have the motor option to do it because I do a lot of dragging in the tournaments. And I just cannot, for the life of me, pedal this thing slow enough consistently to really make it work. I really have to focus. I have to really stay locked, my eyes locked on that screen watching the speedometer. And I don't like fishing like that. I like to set it and forget it and just let my mind think about things and enjoy the surroundings and the scenery and look at the birds and squirrels and all that. That's part of the fun of fishing, is being outside. If you stare at screens the whole time, you can't really enjoy it. And I do when I'm fishing, man. I do oftentimes stare at screens because I'll pull out my phone, especially if I'm catfishing. Got a lot of downtime between bites. When I'm doing this, I can't do it because, I mean, I'm casting nonstop. But if I'm just catfishing, I'm sitting there waiting on bites, well, sometimes I'll pull out my phone. But if I pull out my phone and I'm trying to pedal real slow, then I'm going to be going way too fast. Kind of like the wind right now is pushing us down this bank. I'm not even pedaling at all. But we're getting blown down this bank because the way the wind is whipping around through this creek channel. It's moving us too fast to really fish this area thoroughly, which I'm not concerned about it because I really want to get back there in the back where it's real shallow again, and we were getting all them bites first thing. The further we've come out in the deeper water here, the less action we're getting, and that kind of makes sense because it's going to be the warmest water back there in the back. And there's more bait back there in the very back right now. And any crappie that are moving up or anything else that's looking to spawn, like they're going to be working back in them shallows, so it makes sense. But we will fish our way back through there. One thing about the spring that I don't like, and it's very difficult to work around sometimes, is the wind. We get a lot of high winds in the months of March and April here. We've had really high winds all winter, honestly. We've had a lot of days where 20, 30 mile an hour gusts all the way from like December, January, February forward. It's been a very windy year thus far. But the month of March, and where I live, is always super windy. So you kind of have to either work around it and find places that are protected, or oftentimes you can get out early mornings. It won't be blowing at all, but by lunchtime you'll be getting blown away. It just kind of depends. So I try to work around it best I can. Is that, no, I snagged on something. Try to work around it best we can, but it can be difficult when it's really cranking and you know fish are in a certain area, but you can't really access it because there's no way to hide from it. It can be tough. Even in these creeks like this in here, like we're shielded from the brunt of the wind right now, but it hits the hillsides and swirls, and 1 minute it'll hit you from one direction, next it's hitting you from another. Like if you're trying to really methodically work an area, it can be a little challenging to do so. The wind just ain't your friend as a kayak fisherman. And then when it's blazing hot in the summertime, and you would kill just for a hint of a breeze, it won't blow at all. That's how it always goes. Be 90 degrees and 100% humidity and flat calm, just baking in the sun. What all have we got? We've got a few bluegill, largemouth, yellow bass, drum, yellow perch. 5 species. 5 species of fish, and maybe, I don't know how many fish we've got total. Not nearly enough, I'll tell you that. I've had a lot of days on this channel where I'll do these unedited videos and get 50 to 100 fish easily. Today ain't that kind of day. Not where we're at and not doing what we're doing. We're still getting bit. Well, I got one right here though, don't I? Yeah, we do. Let's back up right here. Let's throw right here. We didn't spook them all off with our pedals just then. Yeah, little bluegill. Yeah. Oh, goodness. He got enough of the worm. We need to replace it. That worm had seen better days anyhow. At that point, it was looking pretty scraggly. We'll stick a fresh one on and throw back over there. You'd think by now we'd just stumble into a big school of them. I hate that I kept that yellow bass now, because if I ain't got but just one, I'll probably throw him out. No sense in keeping just one, because even if I can go fishing tomorrow, that ain't going to do me no good. I don't think I'm going to get to go, though, in the next couple of days. I think the wind and the rain is going to be too much. It's going to knock me out of going. We'll see, though. You never can trust the weather, man. I pretty much just get up in the mornings, look at radar, and see what's going on to make a decision. Let's throw back up under there a little bit. See what's further back under this dock, if anything. Something tapped me then. Another bluegill. Hello there, sir. Thanks for biting. Enjoy your day, bluegill. Let's throw back up under there again. Well, let's not, apparently. Let's make a terrible cast and knock our worm silly. There we go. Let that thing sink down. I don't know how deep that dock is. Can't remember. So I'll let that worm get down there on the bottom though. There comes the wind again. Gonna move us well beyond here. Bring it right around that front corner pole here as our kayak moves us along. It's moving us too fast. Let me see if I can, the wind's coming this way. Let me see if I can kind of pedal into it here and hold us steady long enough to work a cast effectively. There's undoubtedly a few more bluegill around this thing. I'm more curious about I want to loop back around where we started though, because we had the yellow bass and the largemouth back there, and was getting just tapped about every cast, it seemed like. Out through here, we've got a bite here and a bite there, but it's not been how I remember it when we got started. Maybe a situation where I'm remembering the good old days and they weren't as good as I remember. Let's go over here too a little bit. But this kind of thing, I mean, you can do this anywhere. Some places are more productive than others, but you can do this lakes, rivers, creeks, ponds, ocean. I've taken this rod down to the ocean with me. Switch up my baits. Use shrimp down there, but still, I mean, it's the same concept. You're using bottom of the food chain type baits and lures on an ultralight rod, so anything you catch is fun. I mean, that drum that we got, I mean, it wasn't too terribly long a fight. But I mean, it was long enough, and we had this rod bent in half. I mean, that's fun, y'all. I wish I could catch another drum over here. I'd gladly take another drum right now. I think that person up there on the hill's got blue hair. I think they got blue hair. You know who else had blue hair back in the day? And I actually did watch oh, I got thumped. Ain't gonna be a very big fish, but it was a nice strike. Come up here, bluegill. Nope. Well, he unhooked himself. What a courteous fish here. Let's get you out of the pedal drive slot. There you go. Send him home. Well, I'll tell you who else had blue hair. And I watched an episode recently. It was Mama's Family. Thelma Harper. Used to watch that show as a kid. It was great. And me and my wife the other night, we were eating dinner kind of late and didn't want to watch a show that we were going to get into. So we just flipping through the TV channels there and come across Mama's Family. And so we watched it, and I started looking people up on there, see who was still alive and who wasn't. Of course, Vincent, he's dead, but much to my surprise, Naomi is older than Thelma Harper. I found her Wikipedia thing, or what I Googled, I guess it's Wikipedia. I Googled her. I think she's 70-something. I think the woman that played Thelma Harper was 70-something too. I think she was a couple years younger. You would never note it at the time. But come to find out, I didn't realize it as a kid, but Thelma Harper wasn't really wearing, that wasn't her hair. She was wearing a wig for the show. I never knew as a kid. I thought she was really an older woman. It was a good show though. Them old 80s sitcoms and shows, they just don't make them like that anymore. There's a lot of good shows. Mama's Family. What else did I watch as a kid? Andy Griffith Show. Of course, that was older than the 80s, but Dukes of Hazzard, A-Team, Knight Rider. All kinds of shows, man. As an adult, though, A-Team kind of lost some credibility. They were supposed to be a crack commando unit, but yet, anytime they got into a gunfight with anybody else, they never actually hit anybody. Oh, we got another bass. Another bass, right? No, it ain't either. I've lied to you. The way he come flying out of the water, I thought it was, but it's a bluegill. I'm gonna have to get my forceps here. One of my channel members got me these last year. Sent them to me. Lord, what have I... You just dangle right there a minute, bluegill. What have I done here? I've got my whistle. You gotta have a whistle if you're in a kayak, and I have my whistle line wrapped around the dang forceps. And we've got this thing here kind of deep. If he was bigger, I'd go ahead and just keep him in the cooler, but since he's small, I'm gonna throw him back and something will end up eating him. He'll either get eaten by a bass or catfish, or unfortunately he'll croak and the turtles will get him. But the A-Team, as a kid, we were led to believe that they were a crack commando unit that were sentenced for crimes they didn't commit and quickly escaped from a maximum security prison. And back then, if you could find them, maybe you could hire the A-Team. Dun, 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 dun. But in the shows, when they would be in the gunfights, they never actually hit anybody. Because that's how it was in shows in the 80s. Nobody got killed. You didn't have all the blood and gore and violence that you have now. So they'd always show, like they'd show the car getting flipped and rolling into the ravine, and then they would show the bad guy actually getting out to let the audience know he was okay, he hadn't been hurt. So the A-Team is this crack commando unit, we were led to believe, but they never actually hit a single person. Kind of lost some credibility now as an adult, but as a kid you don't think about them things. It was a good show though. I enjoyed it as a kid. I had some of the A-Team action figures when I was a real small kid, but them things were just never good quality. They'd always fall apart. Same with the Dukes of Hazzard figures. Had them little 3-inch Dukes of Hazzard figures. And I broke so many of them things, they were very bad quality. But I had them and I liked them. I've still got one of my General Lee cars. It's actually on a shelf in my bedroom. Them old metal, they were metal back then. Metal General Lee Dukes of Hazzard car, I still got it. I got one of the little Hot Wheels size ones, still got it too. I don't think I have any of the figures though. I think all of those broke when I was a kid, probably got thrown away. I'm honestly surprised they haven't redone those. They've redone just about every toy from my childhood. They've come back out with them, but no Dukes of Hazzard, no AT. Even during the, I can't remember what year it was, but they remade the A-Team and Dukes of Hazzard and made them into movies. The Dukes of Hazzard one was terrible, other than Jessica Simpson. She was hot as Daisy. I remember that. That was back when she really looked good. But the movie itself was pretty terrible. Now, the A-Team movie I thought was actually done pretty well. I thought it was pretty enjoyable. But they didn't make any action figures or anything for the movie, at least not to my knowledge. It seemed like a missed opportunity with that. I think somebody must be out on one of these porches having them a little what's the word I'm looking for on here? A little smoke break, I guess, if you know what I mean. And I ain't talking about cigarettes either, because I smell it. No judgment from me. Do what you want. Just saying, there's somebody up here right now partaking. I don't know where it's coming from, but I smell it. I can't believe we ain't got more fish today. I mean, we've got several, and 5 different species, of course, we've went over, but I'm honestly surprised we haven't done more. I'm not going to leave upset though. I mean, I'm come out here to get some bites and have some fun with the Ultralight, and we've done it. We've done both. Just always wish it'd been more though. I think I'm gonna work back here to where we kind of started, and then I'm gonna go start running some errands. See if that motor's been delivered. My phone is buzzed in my pocket a few times, so it's probably a delivery notice or my security camera getting tripped by a delivery driver. I like having them security cameras, man. My house didn't, at least not to my knowledge, but my neighborhood got vandalized. I guess it's been about a month ago now. There was some dude going through people's cars, taking stuff out, and of course I've got cameras up at my house there, but I didn't see nothing got tripped, and I didn't see nothing missing, thankfully. But boy, I hate a thief, man. I hate it. There was a big splash right there. There's another big splash. What is that? Let's go back over here, and I can't sneak up with them damn squeaking pedals. In this shallow of water, that's for damn sure, but there was a big splash right there. Come up twice. Or if it was a carp or a bass. Either way, I'd like to catch it. We got an opportunity to catch it on these worms, both of them. Yeah, I can't stand a thief. I absolutely hate a thief. I don't care if it's physical property or my digital property, like stealing pictures and videos and stuff. Because hell, my digital property is worth more than most of my physical property at this point. I don't like being stole from. I don't care if it's the value of a penny. It's mine. I can't stand a thief. I just hate a thief. Tell you what I wouldn't hate is catching whatever that was busting over here. I don't know what that was. He seems to be gone or not interested in my worm here. Something's interested in it though, because we had a bite. Probably a small bluegill. That's probably what's been pecking us. It was probably what was pecking us earlier when we were missing those fish. Probably just small bluegill. I am impressed with the worms though. I'm not impressed with myself and the number of fish I've caught while we've been out here, but I am impressed with the plumpness of these little red worms. I feel like old Bill Dance putting his name on the side of that worm package is a good thing for him right now. Not that I would have been upset with Bill Dance, even if they weren't good worms. I wouldn't have held it against him. Yeah, right back in this area, it really comes up super shallow. I can't see the bottom where we're at here, but my pedals aren't hitting yet, so. Yeah, I don't know what that was. There's a little twig or something right over here. Let me throw it over at that. I guarantee you though, if we were trying to net some shad today, we could have loaded up right here in this area. There's probably, with the shad we've seen flipping earlier and around here in this creek, we could have loaded up on shad. But maybe I should have brought the net today just to get some shad in case I could go. I was hoping just find some yellow bass or white bass or crappie. I got on a good crappie bite the other day. I just can't post that video because that area will be burned to the ground. But it was, oh, we got one. I don't know what this is. Bluegill. Oh, bluegill. Mr. Dependable here. You can always count on a bluegill. But yeah, I got on a good crappie bite. They were hitting the gulp for me. But I just cannot, this bluegill understands, I cannot post that video without ruining that area because, I mean, it's a major landmark right there kind of front and center. At a place like this, I mean, I'm sure there's people who recognize this too. I don't care. Nothing about this, but like, you know, if I got on like that particular spot, well, like out here, I mean, if we come out here today and the kids over here on the shore, well, we just move on, go fish somewhere else. But that particular spot with the crappie, like there's not a lot of room there. So if I show up and there's a bunch of people, well, you couldn't do a bunch of people, but you know what I mean? Like if there's people there, then I'm not going to be able to fish it at all. Whereas a place like this, yeah, if people see this spot, recognize it, won't come out, well, whatever. If they're here fishing, then we'll just go around them, go fish another part of it. Like we got over there over that bridge, a guy was over there, okay. We'll just move on, go fish that dock. Like it's just not a huge deal. We're not fishing a spot per se, we're just fishing a creek. The crappie area was a spot. I was fishing a spot. So, I wish I'd known what that was that splashed. Even if it was a carp, I'd like to know it was a carp. In fact, you know what? Speaking of carp, or is that a, oh, I got another bluegill here. Boy, I've spooked something right here. Look at all that. See them dust plumes? I don't know what they are. I think there was a carp. Look at the water right there. Oh, here they go. Here they go. They're all swimming. That's carp. The carp are up in the shallows, folks. That's probably what that splash was. Boy, there's several of them back here. You can see all the dust plumes and the ripples on the water as they bolted by. Well, that's encouraging. That's very encouraging. You can just, I don't know if you can see or not. It was the sun. I can see with my polarized glasses. All the dust plumes, they're gone now. They swam out deeper water. We're a foot deep right here where we're at. But they were up there super shallow. I mean, we're super shallow right here where we're at, so. That's very encouraging to see that many carp. That's awesome. It means it's time for some carp fishing again. Maybe that's what I can do. If I can get out sometime in the next couple days, I can hide from the wind if I'm fishing on the bank for carp. As long as it ain't raining, I can get out and try that. I may do that. Do it the first carp trip of the year, see if we can catch anything. As many fish as all them dust plumes right there looked like surely to goodness. We could have caught some of them if we'd been carp fishing today. I may do that. We may bust a carp here soon. I don't normally fish for them this early, but it is unusually warm this early, so I guess they're coming up in the shallows too. Every year, I finally quit saying it, but for a while I was saying, yeah, I'm gonna try to catch some carp during the winter, try to learn more about that and how to do it, how to target them better in the winter. And I never do. So this past year, I didn't even bother saying it because I knew I wasn't gonna do it. It's just I get behind in the winter months because I'm not fishing as much. I get behind on content. And so it's hard for me to go out and experiment and learn new things in the winter because I kind of have to try to do what I know will work to get content when I can because I'm not going to go as often. So it's harder for me to get far enough ahead in videos to be able to go out and take chances on not getting a video as I learn something. Hopefully that makes sense, but yeah, I'm definitely been missing some carp. So I tied up a bunch of carp rigs here recently at the house one of them bad weather days. I just sat there at my desk and tied up a bunch of rigs. That way, this year, I just put them rigs in baggies, and if I break off or dull a hook or whatever while I'm out on the water, I don't have to retie everything. I've got another one just ready to go, just tie on a whole new rig. So I've already done that. I've already got my carp gear together. So we may do that here soon. That may be an upcoming video if I can get on them. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to catch some carp, that's for dang sure. And the good thing about the carp too, with the way it is right now, our water level's still down for winter drawdown. It stays down usually about mid-May. It'll be back up to full pool. So right now, if we go carp fishing, I can just pull the kayak up on the bank. Stand there on the bank, we won't have to worry about the squeaking pedals and all that. You can access pretty much any of these creeks right here. I mean, you could just walk right up to the shoreline and fish wherever you want. When the water's up, some of these places there'll be overhanging trees, or you're in somebody's yard. You know, you don't have as much shoreline access when the water's up. But this time of year, you can bank fish pretty much anywhere you want to. And I've done that some on my channel here. I'll be taking the kayak and access a shoreline and just either bank fish for catfish or do it for carp. I've got some of those trips too where I've bank fished for carp. We ain't got as much action coming down through here on the way back as we did when we first got out here, at least number of bites anyway. I mean, when we first started, we were getting some taps. Even the fish we wasn't catching, we were getting nips. It's been like that right now. That's all right though. It's been a productive session. We got several fish, not as many as I wanted, but several. We got 5 different species. We got that drum there that was an awesome battle on the ultralight. Something come up and jump right there. Got that yellow bass that was fun. The largemouth was fun. Bluegill have been kind of small, but they've still put a bend in the rod. But definitely not the quality that's possible in here on the bluegill. Well, it's been a productive couple hours over here. I'm pleased with it. Well, we're gonna fish our way back over here to the ramp though, and I'm gonna hop out and load up and probably go grab a bite, run some errands, get some stuff done. Maybe this evening I might take Daphne the dog somewhere. My wife, she's gone today. She's off work, and her mom and her aunt are going to Asheville, North Carolina. I think some Dillard's outlet or something over there, and some shoe thing. I don't know. They're taking a little girls trip. I don't know if her sister's going or not, but I know her mom and her aunt and they were all going to go on a little shopping trip over to North Carolina today. So I'm kind of on my own today, on my own for lunch, on my own for dinner, on my own for entertaining myself today. So get some stuff done and maybe take old Daphne the dog somewhere this afternoon. It's a nice day for her. Even if the wind gets up this afternoon, she ain't gonna care. She won't care one bit. She just likes to go on a ride and go somewhere new. Let's make us one more cast right here beside this concrete on the launch. Maybe we can end this trip on a fish. You think we can do it? Put your bets in right now. Call you bookie. That's another thing. You ain't got to call a bookie no more. Everybody's got a betting app on their phone. Man, back in the old days, you had to use your rotary phone to call up your bookie if you wanted to place a bet. And it was illegal to do it. Now all that stuff's legal. Technology, man. Somebody might be about to put in here. Let's make one more cast. I hear somebody coughing up there. That may be the person that was taking their smoke break. Lord, we got our line wrapped around the dang rod again. I need to switch this line out. Caught on them crappie the other day and stretched my line. I need to put some fresh on there. Last cast, folks. This is it right here. Last cast. There might be something up there on that concrete. That's what I get for thinking. Thinking ain't always the smart thinking thing to do. All right, well, let's skedaddle, folks. Let's go run some errands, get a bite to eat. Hopefully get a Newport motor delivered today. And me and you, next time we fish, I don't know what we'll be fishing for. We'll probably, since we just saw those carp back here in the shallows, I'm probably going to try that soon. I don't know if I'll do any good. So you may not see a video. I'm not going to post a skunk video, but we'll go try it soon and see what we can get with that. I don't know if that'll be the next trip or not. We'll see. Next couple days, if I can fish, if I can't. We get these weekdays. We get some weekday times where it's decent temperature, no wind. I'm going to try to do some catfishing. But weekend or a windy day, we'll go try for the carp and see what that is. So anyway, y'all, thanks for coming with me today. I've had fun. I hope you have too. I'll see you next time.